Growing up a kid of the 90s, one of the coolest cars, something I always wanted to have growing up, was a 5-liter Foxbody Mustang. To me, the 4i Foxbody Mustang is impossibly sick. And I think today we have one of the coolest versions of this car that I've seen in a really long time. We've scumbagged him into coming out to the ports. We're gonna check it out.
Oh, hey.
I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate you bringing this absolutely immaculate masterpiece here. If you don't mind, introduce yourself to the people and tell us what you've brought.
My name is Derek Whitaker. This is a 1982 M81 McLaren Mustang DSO. It's based on an 82 GT. It has the full M81 McLaren body kit, and if you're not aware of what the McLaren Mustang is, it was a short-lived prototype program by Ford and a Marketing Corp of America to develop a 4-cylinder turbo IMSA-inspired this. This is actually a V8 car. You can call it a GT Enduro. They made a couple of these with V8s as show cars. This is a DSO, which is a dealer special order, which there were maybe 10, 15 of these kits. They were the extra parts of the M81 McLaren Mustang program that they sent to special dealers around the country. Of all that are left of the McLaren Mustangs, I'm putting that guess around 15 or less.
That's amazing. Let's get into the body first, because the first thing you notice on these is we got a gigantic wide body on this, right?
Yeah.
How much bigger are the front fenders?
I've read 4 inches. I don't know if it's 4 inches total, but I'm gonna say it's at least 3 inches aside.
And then in the back, it kicks out about the same, if not more.
Yeah.
You can really tell when you look down like the side of this car, but I feel like wide body on everything looks sick, and it gives it, you know, such a more race car vibe. So this isn't just like some Fox body that you came and slapped a kit on. This is
well,
the real deal.
The kits don't exist.
Yes.
This is a dealer special order car. They were kind of build how you want it. Bespoke cars, each of them were different. They're all basically hand built. Even the quote production ones, they were all hand built and they were all different. The 10 4-cylinder turbo cars.
By the way, yeah, we're not doing 4-cylinder shit on this channel, okay? So you know what? Good call on your part. We're gonna get into the powertrain here in a bit. I want to stay on the outside because this car is like, it's immaculate. Now, let's talk about fitment. Now, obviously our boy Ron, who's actually here right now, posted up. What up, Ron? So we got a killer fitment here. I mean, like, the wheels look right. They look period correct. They're obviously fresh rotiform, boys. What are we running in the front? What are we running in the rear?
They're both 18s, 275 up front and 305 in the rear.
Nice. Hey, Ron, come over here real quick.
The reason I went with this style of wheel is because the originals came with BBS E51s, but I think they were 15 by 8. When I got this car, it had Epsilon Southern Waves sort of BBS copies on it. I just wanted to keep the look.
The mesh looks so hard on these 4Is. Ron, what do we got for like fit? Do you know the fitment spec off the top of your head?
We got an 18 by 10 and 18 by 11 in the rear. We did just like the classic gold paint to match the Epsilons that came off the car. The black assembly bolts and polished lips. You know, it's just a real classic look.
Of course, man. You know, you gotta have that 3-piece. Now, we got 5. Let's do the check. We got standardized iPhone there for reference. I like the step, you call it a step lip, right?
Yep.
I'm not the OG wheel guy here, but looks hard as f. Let me just call that out. All right, so look, we moved the car to get the front end and the headlight for you guys so, you know, it can look pretty and stuff, but we forgot to talk about a few things, so we're just gonna go over that now. Let's start with the hood here, because the hood looks cool as shit. This is part of the kit, right?
It's part of the kit, and it's probably the rarest piece of the kit. Through the years, I've seen it got damaged, and they end up putting just a normal hood on it, so you get this gap here. Because this is a lot lower than the stock one. I did the little grill covers for the vent here.
Oh, so those are just open before?
Yeah, they were just open before. The real issue with the hood, though, is because it is so low and it was originally designed for a 4-cylinder turbo, there's barely any room for the V8 in there, which is why I kind of had to go with the old school air cleaner carbureted setup so it fits in here.
It looks right for one of these.
Yeah.
So how much of this car is fiberglass?
So from here all the way to here, The fenders are all fiberglass. This extension here is fiberglass, and then it's all molded into the rockers. So you cannot pull the fenders off, or the fascia, because the fascia is molded into the fenders. They came as separate pieces, but you can feel back here where they're actually molded together.
So this is why this thing looks so dope, is there's no body line from like
And there's
anywhere.
yeah, no ambers on the side. Yeah, again, molded into the rockers. This is all fiberglass, and the rest of it's just stock Mustang.
It's the little things, right? Headlight covers. They look sick, they look race car.
I don't know if this originally had them on it. It's sort of hit and miss. Like all the cars were just hit and miss, custom built. I know that a previous owner put them back on it or installed them for the first time. I'm not sure, but that's a definite must. I put the little tint on it. The LED Holleys in there that look like stock headlights.
Love that. Damn, I didn't even notice that there's no body lines on this thing. The more you know. Now, back here, what's the deal with these taillights? Is this like, I'm not...
Those are 82 taillights. When I got the car, somebody at some point had put Capri taillights where they have these goofy runners that go across. But yeah, I found these, and because I wanted it to look like the McLaren Mustangs and the GT Enduros per the period.
Period correct.
But with some obvious updates.
You know what? Let's just jump into Powertrain right now. Can
Okay.
you pop the hood?
Old school hood pins.
Yes, son. Power plant we're running in this, obviously not a turbo 4-cylinder.
No, pulled out the 302. This is a Blueprint Engines 347 stroker crate motor with Holley Sniper EFI, BBK shorty headers, custom X-pipe, and some MagnaFlows out back, and a brand new air conditioning system.
All race cars or cars need to have this guy right here. What kind of horsepower does this thing make?
400 crank, nothing too crazy, but it's fun power.
This is Blueprint head to toe, right?
Yeah.
So from
I didn't mess around with it at all.
Edelbrock Performance air gap intake on it. I mean, it looks like brand new. Did you get it like ice blasted or something? Like it looks immaculate.
It's got less than 1,000 miles on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've just been getting the car to where it's reliable and running.
How long have you had this?
October of 2021.
Okay.
So just around 3 years.
And then cooling duties. What's the radiator up front? Looks pretty girthy.
Ask my mechanic, big aluminum radiator that he picked up somewhere. Got the Contour fan swap, so it's got the dual fans, a Flexlight controller.
This is not a Ford small block running at 350 degrees all the time.
It stays around 180, 190 and 90 degree weather. It's pretty good so far.
I see like the big strut tower brace, and I see you got caster camber plates, all the Maximum Motorsports stuff. What do we got for suspension and chassis mods on this thing? Because it sits perfect.
It's a full Maximum Motorsports Max Grip package, which is basically all their stuff. Coney coilovers, torque arm, Panhard bar, tubular control arms up front. It's all the fun stuff.
I mean, it looks immaculate underneath. I wish we had a lift here, but you know, we're gonna show you some pictures at least during the build process, because the thing is like the cleanest Mustang I've ever seen underneath.
That's Efren at ER Performance. He did all that. Many thanks to him. He did all the mechanicals on this.
Nice. How does it handle?
That's pretty good. I'm not real happy with the steering rack, to be honest. I've gone back and forth between a power and a manual rack.
What's on it right now? Is it a manual rack or is there a power rack on it?
It's power rack on it right now. It's a little bit overpowered, and because of the width of the tires, you have to pay attention on the freeway. It kind of wanders around a bit.
I see. Right on. Let's jump into the office here and check out the goods.
What do you want to know?
So, first of all, you got the OG Recaros in here.
These are the seats that came with the car. It had a really horrible upholstery job in it. All the original 10 prototype McLarens had full black interior. They didn't have seats like this, they just had all black seats, but this is the coolest seat pattern ever made. So
I concur.
I found some fabric and I went to my upholstery guy, and he redid these seats completely, and he did the dash pad, and I did the rest.
Good job, man. These are cloth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't touched any of it inside. I'm like, it's too nice. so I don't want to get my grubby fingers on anything. I do notice something though in the center there. It looks like you got 6 gears, at least on the shift knob.
All right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so what transmission's in this?
A Tremec T56 Magnum.
You can blast gears in this.
Yeah, and also it's helps with the fuel economy because we all care about that so much.
What's the rear gear?
373 with the limited slip.
I did notice you have fresh door strikers with the fresh plastic on there too. That's nice.
Anything plastic or rubber was falling apart, so there was a lot of orders from LMR.
I get it. All of the rubber on this car looks brand new. I'm assuming that you've gone through all the weather stripping.
All the seals I've done. There's the outer seals on the doors that I haven't done yet, but I have them. I just haven't taken the time to do it yet.
Currently, Ron's Foxbody's in my shop right now, and every time we have to push it in or out, and if you like grab it right here, parts of the door seals just like break apart on you, and I feel really bad about pushing it back and forth, but you know, I'm sure he'll fix that.
The day is not today.
I don't see a radio or anything. Is it no stereo?
The stereo in it didn't work, and I just went,
We're
just gonna pull it all out.
Right now, you got the sound of that 347.
It's more race car.
Exactly. I love that. Let's go and let's jump in the trunk space, see what you got back there.
All right. See, there's a bunch of stuff back here because Ron took my car to the Hot Wheels Legends tour because I was at another show that day.
This got an invite to Hot Wheels Legends, right?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I didn't win, but there's people inside Hot Wheels that are aware of the car. How about that?
Is this the build book, bro?
Okay,
come here. Come here. Yeah, so look, for all you young kids out there, you know, back when you like spend all of your time and money on cars, you do a build book. And it's a really nice thing to have, especially when you want to shit on people at car shows that want to like claim that you didn't do something. You're like, all right, I got the receipts, player.
It's also pretty much a total history of the M81 program and how many cars are still left.
This is the M81 McLaren Mustang, also known as the Super Pony. It marks a turnabout in Ford of America's corporate attitude regarding the viability of the enthusiast market. Ford's no racing policy would no longer be enforced. The M81 McLaren Mustang became the first concept manifestation of what Ford hopes will be its corporate renaissance in the eyes of the performance crowd.
Oh yeah, they built 2 race cars. I forgot about that.
Powered by Cosworth, held together by duct tape.
It was a rough day at the 24 Hours of Daytona.
Oh yeah, it always is, man. Damn, that's wild. It's such a great shot.
This is the Motor Trend cover that when I was a 6-year-old boy, I saw this and I had to have one. I've been looking for this car my entire life, pretty much.
Holy shit.
I found this car and I chased this car from one owner to another for about 7 years, and then I finally got it.
This is cool shit. This is nice to have. When you have a car like this, to have all of this old kind of history.
Well, you kind of have to because nobody knows what it is. And you have to prove to them, like, no, this is a factory thing. That's what this is. So basically, you bought the entire McLaren kit of this car, and then you just have the dealer do the build. The whole program, they were going to build 250 of the 4-cylinder turbos, and they were going to build thousands of these, and they made maybe 10. They say 10, I think there's less.
So what did this cost back in the day? Like if you were gonna spec it out, get the dealer to build it, like what did that MSRP
I have no idea. This car was built for the vice president of the dealership. The orange cars with the 4-cylinders, they were $25,000 in 1980.
For reference, here's a couple of other vehicles that were available in 1980 and their prices. Let me ask you this, and you don't have to answer this. How much have you sunk into restoring this thing?
I will not answer that question. About twice as much as I wanted to. How about that?
That's typical. Okay. Yeah, you didn't hit 3 times though, right? So that's good.
Yeah. I'm being reserved on this one.
Can we get you fired up so we can hear that sweet thing sing? Clean sound. Small block Fords sound great, man. Especially if they're a little on the spicy side.
Spicy things.
Even though you only got 400 horsepower, sounds like you can get 6. Love that.
They had like 150 when they were new.
Exactly. You know, that's a big bump. Well,
you're not going to scumbag me.
For this one, you think we'll let it slide? I mean, you did just get this finished.
Yes, it's just done. I hope to get it home without incidents.
When did this get finished?
Every time I think it's finished, something breaks and then we have to do something else. So a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, it's like brand new. So clearly not as much of a dickhead as I am with when I finish something, but you know what, I respect it. I appreciate you coming out and letting us do a little feature on this thing. How about this? Can we at least get a little rip-by soundbite from you?
Sure. I haven't launched this thing yet. I might need a couple practice runs.
That's all right, you can do practice here. That's what it's for. Yeah, sounds good. I got absolutely blasted with gravel. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this piece we did on this extremely rare, immaculate Fox body. And I thank Derek for coming out. Unfortunately, we only had like 30 minutes to shoot with him, so we weren't able to go out and rip it. But if you want to see this Mustang ripping, go over to Autotopia LA, go over to that YouTube channel. I'll send a link in the description here. Shaun was able to actually get some time in the car with him and, you know, maybe convince him to do a little bit more dangerous stuff. Appreciate you guys for tuning into the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff. It helps out for small channels like this. But now, we gotta go rip this.